Well, good morning YouTube and welcome back to the channel Mixed Mazda Values. Firstly, I want to apologise for not doing a video for about 3 or 4 weeks, but I've had a few problems with my decking. Where I'm sitting at the moment is what I call the bottom decking. I had to replace the boards, replace some of the boards. This decking's been down for 20 odd years and we like the decking, so I'll put a couple of photos in of how I replaced some of this lower decking, but the top decking is a nightmare and I've got to do that next week. For people who follow the channel, you know, probably a couple of years ago I shown you my no-log pond that was on my top decking. I'll put you a clip on for that so you can see what it was like. It was beautiful. It was mature, established, the fish loved it, everything. Anyway, over the last few weeks I seem to have been topping it up quite a bit. I thought, you know, that's evaporating, but the weather is a bit warmer, so it could be evaporating. Anyway, one day I went up the top decking and had a look at it, and I realised that the no-log pond, one of the legs had started to sink, and I thought, that's it, the decking's gone. So I went to a neighbour. I said, look, do you want all my fish in your pond? He said, yeah, if you don't mind, I'll have them. He said, I'll give you a couple of young ones to put in that little patio feature you're building. I said, all right then, yeah. So to cut a long story short, I took the pond down, gave the fish away, and I decided, you know what, I'm going to make myself a bog garden, but not on that decking. Anyway, what it was, the liner of the pond and the timbers on the no-log pond are amazing. They've lasted for years, but one of the liner straps, where it clips over, it goes round and round to hold the liner up, had snapped, and obviously with the weight of the water it had dropped down, so the water was overflowing. Now this must have been happening for quite a while. So when I eventually took it up, I'm going to show you now the mess of the top decking, which I've got to do next week because we want this garden back to normal. So please bear with me on this. That's why I haven't done the videos. But as for the bog garden, I thought I've always wanted one. I always fancied something. I love watching Matt Soper, Hampshire carnivorous plants, or ants, fly traps as you want to call it. His bog gardens are amazing, his outdoor bog gardens. So I thought, you know, I could make a bog garden with this pond. So I'm going to show you the steps I did to make this bog garden. So bear with me and let's get cracking, and I'll show you the bog garden. Catch you in a second. After selling a few of my sarracenias, I was left with these few, and these are the ones that I took divisions of. These are all young sarros. They've been left out here. They're in a tray of water and they can do a lot better in a bog garden, so I thought, this is it. I think of about probably 15 to 20 plants left, and these are the ones that I'm going to use in the bog garden, with some drosera, some spatulata, some capensis, and I want to get that done today. But here's a big boy. He's come out to have a look. Come on, let's have you out of here. I don't usually let him round here, but he sticks close like glue at the moment. Anyway, so get your tail out of the way. So yeah, that's what's left and that's what's going in the bog garden. Right then, one of the first things I had to do when I stripped the pond down was to restain it. So I've stained everything the same colour as my decking, which is black oak, I believe. So here's all the pieces to the existing pond. Just over there's a seating. The garden's just absolute mess at the moment, but I'm hoping to start assembling sometime later this week and get this video out there for everybody. But yeah, all the timber was fine on the pond. It's a bit of a mess up here, look, because this is where I've been painting it. But all the mess was, all the timber was fine. And I thought to myself, you know, I'm not going to chuck that away. I'm going to make this bog garden. So let's carry on from there and I'll show you how I created this bog garden. Well, that was the easy bit. It just slots together, then tap it down with an hammer and they all interlock. Over there I've got the first seat cover to go on. There's 3 benches that go across the top as seats. Then my next job is to clean the liner out, because don't forget it's been a pond, it'll have all sorts in it. So I'm going to clean the liner out, then put the liner in, put the seats on, and we'll move on to the next stage. Well, here it is assembled, slotted together. I've still got to secure the seating pads on the top, but before I do that I've got to put the liner in, clean the liner because it has been a fish pond. I want to scrub the liner out, give it a good wash out, then we can consider putting the seating on. I might even turn it around a bit so I have one seat this way and not at that angle, because I want to put something on the back side, that opening where I can fill it. So yeah, it slots together, look. Don't look too bad. I've painted it up same as the rest of the decking. So I'll crack on, I suppose. I'll get the liner cleaned, I'll show you that. We'll put the seats on, then I'll start filling it with peat moss and perlite. I'll let you see that. Then the final stage is when we plant it out. So I'm hoping you're still watching the video until I get to that stage. So catch you on the next bit. What I'm doing now is I'm just cleaning the liner. It's got a bucket of water, bit of soap in it. I can jet wash all this off when I've done, but the wheelie bin come in handy to stand it on. So yeah, this is one of the things I've got to get done before I can make it. So that's just to show you how I'm cleaning the liner, and I'll get back to you as soon as I've done it. Like always, you know, I don't want to drag these videos out. I just want to show you what I'm doing, how I've done it, and if it works. So catch you when I've cleaned all this. Right then, I've cleaned this out the best I can. I've still got a few marks on the inside, but as you can see, it's it'll do the job. I'm not too bothered about some of the green algae that's been on the side, because you get that on certain bogs anyway. The only thing that's wrong is one of the straps, if I can get down here, look for you, one of the straps is split. So I'm not filling it with water, I'm putting peat and water, and I can manage with that because I'll tag it or something like that. But yeah, that's basically the size it's going to be when I've done. What I've got to consider now, before we even mix the perlite and sphagnum moss peat, what I've got to do is work out how I'm going to get the water down there into the centre. I've got a few ideas. I watched a few videos on YouTube. So what I'm gonna do is get some pea gravel, some lacquer, a piece of piping, probably a laundry net bag, run it down the side into the centre so I can fill it through the pipe at the top. So bear with me, I'll get back to you as soon as I'm ready to show you that. Right then, it's Friday morning here and I've been at this now for a fortnight doing the bottom decking and the new bog garden, and we're getting there now where I'm going to get ready to fill it with the peat and perlite. But I've watched a few videos on YouTube and I was wondering how I'm going to get the water to the bottom. If you watch Matt Soper's bog gardens on Hampshire carnivorous plants, I mean, they're amazing, they're massive. This is just a little garden one. But what I wanted to do was make sure I got the water down. Well, I'm just going to show you how I'm going to do it. It's probably not the best way, but it's the way I'm going to do it, and hopefully it works. Right, coming out of one of the supermarkets the other day, I drove past some builders. There was modifying an house, doing it up, and there was a big skip outside, so I pulled up, asked to see the boss, but a young lad come over and said, "What can I do for you?" I said, "I'm looking for a bit of plastic piping, either guttering or, you know, a bit of pipe to go into a bit of a bog garden." I explained what I wanted it for, and we went to the skip and he found them. So let me just show you what I've got, and then I'll show you when it's all in, when I've done it, and we can try it out. So give me a minute to turn the camera around. Right, you can see there, look, I've got a bit of guttering down right with a fitting on the bottom, which is perfect, I thought, and a bracket to screw to the top. I know I'm going to make a hole in the liner near the top, but right near the top I'm going to cut that down level with the seating. If you can see it there, I'm going to cut it down level with the seating and use that to water the bottom of the bog garden. Now, what am I having in that then? Well, if you look here, I've got 2 pond baskets. I only need one. I've got some spare lacquer that I haven't used for ages, and 2, I've got some pea gravel, which is going to be useful and all. And I went to Aquatic Centre and I bought this. It's a media net for filters. You know, I can't hold it properly with this camera. It's a round one. You put your media in it. It's drawstring. Then you tie it up and things. So what I was thinking of doing was putting the lacquer in the bag, putting the bag in the basket, and putting the grit on top of the lacquer, then the pipe going into it. It's difficult to explain, but let me show you. Give me 5 minutes and I'll get all this done, cut down to size, and I'm actually going to finish cleaning that because I'm not really happy with some of that green algae on the side still. So I'm just going to finish cleaning it, get all that assembled, and we'll try it out and see if my idea works. So bear with me, we are nearly there, and we are going to have, I hope, an amazing little bog garden. Catch you in a minute. Well, that's it finished. I've put the pea gravel on the bottom, lacquer on top. I'm going to pour a couple of stones around the net, put the pipe in, secured it in. It's made a couple of holes in the liner, but there was already holes in there where the wood was nailed. I'm sure you can see them, but there was already holes there, like there. But there, that's it in there. So what I'm going to do, tie the string down with some staples. You can see the pea gravel at the bottom. Put a couple of rocks on here just to hold this in place, and that's all ready now. So tomorrow I'm going to start filling it. I'll film a bit of it but not all of it. So let me know what you think of that. Think it's any good over the top, or it's not going to survive. Anyway, catch you in a second. Right, let's give it a go. I've got 10 litres of water, RO water. I'm just going to try it out. That works perfect. Look at it. Amazing. And I got this from Garden Centre, brand new, on offer, £4. I can use that as well. So yeah, it works. Let's get the peat moss in. Right then, it's a bit cooler today. I'm out here now, this is done, it's just soaking up. I filled it, I didn't film it because at the end of the day I wasn't measuring it out like 50-50. What I did, I mixed it as I went, and what I've used in here is 280 litres of moss peat and 4 bags, which is 40 litres of perlite. And with the odd, I had a, I don't know, carry bag of some bark chippings. I've chucked a few of them in, not a lot, but just a few to help with some of the drainage. Yeah, it's the wrong time of year to do this, you know that, I know that, but because of the pond and the top decking, which you're seeing at the start of the video, I had to move it and I've had to do it. I've sorted out the plants I'm going to use, and they're all down there. There might be too many yet, but I want to see. They're all divisions which I took. Let me get up and I'll show them you. These are the divisions I took. End of 2023, early 24. So it's the winter of that Christmas. So over a year ago now. Looking a bit sorry for myself because really it need repotting again. But I was holding back to get a bog garden done. I've got some Venus flytraps. The ones I'm using in here are dentate. I've got quite a few dentate. I've got some spatulata, some capensis. I've got the alba form and the red form. I've got venosa. Yeah, if there's too many, I'll have to take a few out, but these are all young ones. Oh, come on. It'll look a bit of a mess for the first year, but next year I'm hoping this will look the dogs you know what. Anyway, I'm not pouring them in today. I'm still letting the moisture get into this peat, into this bog. But I could do you a favour if anybody knows this. This particular sarracenia, if you look at it, I'll try and turn it around so you can have a look at this particular sarracenia. I've lost the tag. I just wondered if anybody could identify that for me. If you can, leave it in the comments so I can make a tag for it, because I'd like to know everything that I've got in this bog. But that's the only one I can't find a tag for. I'm assuming that the wind's blown it out and I can't find it anywhere. And it's not a matter of just picking a tag up around the back of my garden, because a few blow out. So yeah, that's the plants that's going in. So hopefully tomorrow this will be all done. This has all been filled and done. Look, I've just put a bit of a log in, bit of a feature moss pole. I've got some in that corner, I've got some cork bark that I'm going to just put round in it. So tomorrow I'll stand the plants out where they're going to go, then I'm going to dig them in and I'll film some of that for you. Then hopefully we'll see this bog all done and dusted. So thanks for watching everything, and I'll see you in the morning. Right then, it's Sunday morning now. It's about 8:30 in the morning. This is how I want it to look, a rough idea. I'm thinking to myself, have I got too many plants? But they're only young divisions, but they look in the pots, they look quite massive. So I'm going to put them in. I'm going to have a go at it. I've got everything how I want it. I've got some isopropanol and a pair of scissors just in case I've got to cut anything that I consider to be diseased or thing. I'm not dividing any of these sarracenias during the summer. Some of them have put out new growth since the last time I divided them, so I'm not taking them out until early next year, let's put it like that. But I thought I'd show you what it looked like, how I foresee it looking when it's done. So now I'm going to get started on potting them. But let me know what you think in the comments. Do you think I've got too many? But wait till it's finished, then have a look. I've even got some of my sphagnum. I don't know if you're going to see that, but that's my sphagnum moss, but I cultivate it. I'm going to put that in between some of the plants, break it up and put it in, and of course use that cork bark. Yeah, you can probably see the water level. I don't know if you will, but you can see the water level. I've still got topical water. It's all wet now, and I've even got a little pump that can go in here, a battery operated pump that I can pump the water out should this start to flood during heavy rains or during the winter. So let me crack on, let me get this done, and I'll catch you again in a minute when I start planting them. But when I said I've got a little pump, this is the pump I mean. It's what I used for my fish tanks. I'll just put it in and let you see what I mean. If it does flood, I can put that in to the water. Let me get down on my knees. Get into the water. Just, it's only battery operated. Press it on and it'll take the water level right down. But yeah, just thought I'd show you that with you. Don't know why, but I don't want you to think I'm making it up. Anyway, let's get planting. Right then, let's make a start. I'm going to start with this one, which is Judith Hindle. I've had this plant quite a while, the mother plants around the back, but these are, you can see there's more or less 3 growths in that, but it's going in because I want to get it in. I'm just going to move a couple out of the way. I'm not going to film all this because you'll be here forever. So I'll just take the labels out of this one. Take the labels out, I don't need them. Just try and shake her out the pot. Let's make a bit of an hole. Oh, that's really moist in there. Come on, Judith, let's have you out of the pot. These are well pot bound now in 12 months. But she'll come out. Come on. We've got some nice roots on it as well. This is a good one. They really do need dividing every year. Leaving them like I've left them, it's terrible. Right, I'll just show you the growths on it. If I can get near enough so you can see them. Lovely plant, plenty of roots. Right, it's growing forward and growing that way, so I'm going to put it in like that, so it can grow whichever way it wants to grow. Take that out, old label. I'm going to put her in. I'm not burying the rhizomes. I just want to get the plant basically in the bog. And I'm sure that'll look amazing when it's done. Well, let's go on to the next one. This is a new idea I've got, just a young sarracenia, but it's nice. What I am going to do with these though, these sort, nice root system, look. I don't like this moss, so I'm taking that off. This is a horrible moss, I think. My sphagnum's a lot better than this. My sphagnum hopefully will take out here. I'm just going to put this one in. Turn it around so the growing points are going into the bog and not into the seating area. Have to just top a bit of this up later on, I don't know, but that's two in. I'll do one more, then I'll cut you off for a bit. This one, sarracenia Eva, nice looking plant, got growth points, even got some hitchhikers on, some carnivorous albers. So I'll take the, let's put this labels back in with this, otherwise I'll forget the labels. That's one of my biggest problems. Let's take this one out. Let's make an old way it's going. Down there. Squeeze the pot. Take them out. Squeeze the pot. Get it out. Right, growing wards that way, so put it in the centre of the bog so it grows outwards. Again, I'm not burying the rhizome, just putting the plant in at the level it was in. Put the label back in so I know who it is. Right, I've made a start on it, so I'm going to carry on. I'll switch you off now. I'll carry on. When I've got a few more in, I'll switch you back on and let you have a look. Oh. Right, I'm about halfway round now. So I've just got to get some more of these in. The flower in this carnivorous red look beautiful, but I just want to get them in and get this done. There's a nice root system. There's the look of it when it's done. Just move that out of the way. Let's put another one of these Venus flytraps in. All the Venus flytraps are the same. They're dentate. I had quite a few divisions of dentate. I sold quite a few, but I've still got quite a few left, so I thought it's one of my favourite dentators. So, oops, get that out of the crown. So what we can do is see what it looks like when it's done. Anyway, I've got about 5-6 more to do. I'll plod on, then we'll have a good look at it when it's done. So let me just, which way is it growing? I'm growing that way. Don't cover the crown again. Don't cover the rhizome, I mean. Put the label in. If I don't, like I said before, I always forget. Right, I'll get these resting. You don't need to watch that. Just wipe my hands. I'm going to make a cup of coffee. Catch you in a sec. Well, thanks for watching, viewers. I've had a cracking time doing this. It's all finished now. I've even put in something that you've seen in all my greenhouses, my £5 bargain from a car boot sale, which was that little solar fountain. I've just put it in. Anyway, let me turn you around and let you have a look at the finished before the sun comes over, and it's just gone 10 o'clock on a Sunday morning. Let me turn you around. Right, what do you think? I'll go through all the plants when I do an update in a few weeks. I want them to get established. I'll take you for a bit of a close up I mean. But as you can see, got the fountain running. I've put a few rocks in and stones to make it look a bit more natural. I've spread my moss out a bit. I'm not sure that moss is going to take out here, because this moss, I'm not sure it's going to take out here because it's been in my Nepenthes house for months growing in a high humidity environment. So, but if it takes, it takes. But he's nosy, and look at this arsehole. Let's have a nosy. See what I've done. I think it looks good. Hey? I think it looks good. Don't be digging them out. Come out. Don't be digging them out. Well, yeah. That's the finished article. As I say, I'll just move back a bit. I'll let you see it in all its glory. Well, I think it looks good. But let me know in the comments if you think it looks okay. I've got to give the plants time to establish. As I said, next year I'm going to divide some of them because they're ready for divisions. In the last 12 months they've put a lot on, and these should be bigger than this. I kept them at the back of my greenhouse, really out of the sun, and they haven't done amazing. They could be a lot better than that if they've had more sunlight, but I think it looks okay. I'll just go around it, let you see it from different angles. I've got to sort this bit of wire out on this solar fountain, but I'm not too fussed about that at the moment. Yeah, now next week I've got to spend a lot of time on my top decking. I've done my bottom decking. You can see over there, look. I've done my bottom decking with my new little pool there. I've done my bottom decking because I had major problems, and the top decking split. It's been up 20 years. So next week I'm gonna have a go at the top decking, get it all done. But yeah, thanks for watching. If you are new to the channel, please subscribe, and whether you've enjoyed or not, give us a thumbs up. I think the effort is well worth a thumbs up, and that's what YouTube look for on the analytics, to see that thumbs up. Comments even better, even if you say looks good, or that's amazing, or well done Mick. I'd love all that, even if you put crap. I don't mind. But anyway, thanks for watching, and I'll catch you all on the next one. Bye for now.